We are live. Good morning. Heck of a weekend. I believe I have around 10 hours, 40 minutes streamed on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we ended up with a whole bunch of issues to fix with the internet wiring. We at least have our cluster machines back up now, so we can get back to doing some experiments. I'm going to fix the last two that are still offline today. But I wanted to start my morning with at least a little bit of dev and a little bit of research. So the plan for today, I've got an hour and a half now. I'm probably going to look at a new paper I've been sent to see if it's useful for RL. Uses test time training. So we're going to look at that, possibly implement it. And then after that, we've got stuff to do on vtrace, probably after breakfast. We've got stuff to do on diversity is all you need, that algorithm. We've got stuff to do on a bunch of different algorithms. Okay. Let's get the paper first. What on earth? People post weird stuff, man. All right, let's go. Let me go grab that paper thing. Hang on, let me not show too many DMs. Just grab this paper. Okay. Apparently this is not the original, but this has a clearer description of the algorithm. So it's this thing right here. This is a supposed replacement for LSTMs. Oops, I also should have my chat up. Morning, Fox. So this thing is apparently like a successor to LSTM, sort of. A lot of those have been tried. I've also looked into like state-based stuff like Mamba before, and I didn't know if it would be useful. But this does seem like something that is fundamentally different and hasn't really been explored before, because they take gradient steps during the forward pass. It's kind of wonky. So they've got this like input, hidden output, right? But they actually do gradient steps in the forward pass. It's kind of weird. And this was used recently in, I don't know if you've seen the Tom and Jerry videos that have been going around. The videos are like, I don't know what the state of the art in video gen is. Like, they don't look good compared to the original cartoons at all. They don't really make any sense. But I think for coming out of a model, this is kind of insane. This is NVIDIA paper. It seems, what's the Stanford NVIDIA? Oh, all the universities, cool. I guess it's just NVIDIA and everyone interning or whatever. Okay, let's see if... I think they're supposed to have like a code block for this somewhere. I was told there was like a very simple code block. What the heck is this thing? Is this code on GitHub? Yeah, okay, there's just a lot of stuff in there. So I don't know where David got this. I don't know where this thing came from, but I was sent this. This is like a lot easier, right? I just tried looking at this yesterday, but I was like totally exhausted. So let me see what this is. They have Okay, so this thing has a persistent task, which has parameters k, q, v. This is... Where's q get used? Oh, it gets in there. Okay. So this... Is this attention or is this not attention? I don't think this is attention, though, even though, Really love the hustle. Keep up, and one day AGI will be achieved. Thank you. I mean, my goal with Puffer is quite lofty, right? The point of what I'm doing here is I saw what reinforcement learning could do in 2019 and 2020. I saw where it was going, and then everyone just stopped and started working on language models. And like, there's nobody doing this work if I don't do it. So my hope is that I make reinforcement learning stable, consistent, successful, and there's a good chance we will need this on the path to AGI. So I want to make sure we don't lose because we didn't actually do this stuff. If you'd asked me a year ago, I didn't expect that to involve writing like 30,000 lines of C, but here we are. A senior PhD thesis, believe you're on the right path. Amongst the pioneers of RL, definitely agree. Thank you very much. I mean, the progress has really been there. I don't know if you've seen a lot of the stuff since the thesis video, but I mean, this is our 2.0 release, and we're already way ahead of this in dev. But like, we've got all these environments, they all run like 1,000+ times faster than everything else out there. All these games, and you can just train RL on these at like 1,000 times the speed of before. It's getting more stable and more consistent as well. We've run like 20, 30,000 experiments in the last few months. Really, really, the pace of research is picking up because we can just do everything fast now. So currently, the thing that we hadn't done in this release that we're now doing in dev is we're going back to all the old algorithmic advancements that weren't properly tested from like 2015 through 2022-ish. And we are actually extensively validating them and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. It's pretty cool. This is just one potential thing. I was just linked to this the other day. This is like a much newer... This just came out, right? I just saw this on Twitter. Do I know any of these people? No. Okay. So they remake this learner every single forward pass. That's kind of weird. And starting from current params, and this has a loss. Do you actually train this layer like this? Hang on. Train view, label view. They have out sequence. And then they have task. Oh no, they use the task. This is just written weirdly as all. Yeah, this is just written weirdly. So they optimize this loss here, and then this is just standard. This one is just standard. So I think you can kind of just slot this in, can't you? I'm looking at this, and this does look obscenely slow. So what is this thing supposed to do? State.train. Train on token, and then they predict this is such a weird paper. Like, how the heck did they come up with this? This is like what's even the idea here, right? State equals. Wait. This is not the same as like the state as it's defined in an LSTM, right? So the state is this model, okay, and then guess we could try this. There's no reason we can't try this. But then if you're replacing the LSTM, and I guess it works as a drop-in, doesn't it? Yeah, it should. Okay, we can just do this. I don't see why not. Yeah, we'll just do this. I think we just have to make a TTT wrapper, right? It shouldn't even be as bad as this. This. LSTM, okay, this doesn't need a base class, so we don't need to. I could just implement it the way that they have it here. Kind of don't want to, though. Oh yeah, how do we do, it's supposed to be that the learner gets reset on each sequence, right? Yeah, on each sequence. So I guess that's going to be like trajectory segment. I guess we'll have to do it that way, yeah. So let's not do task. Let's do self.k parameter. Oh, it's just param. How does param get initialized by default? I don't see any sort of initialization. Is this pseudocode? Hang on, I think this is pseudocode. Yeah, you need to give it data. Layer in it. Yeah, so our default is orthogonal and constant, I see. Is there no init.orthogonal? Yeah, it's kind of weird how this PyTorch does this, but it's no big deal. It's just a little bit silly and redundant. Okay. Follow my own rule here. We never group that way. We do it this way. Okay, that's fine. So we have these parameters. And now we define forward, which should be the same as forward train. Morning. We define forward. Oh, I don't think you can. Wait. Yeah, you don't want to have. That's sketchy. Talking with another student, hopefully I can bring them on board, hey? Get coding some RL sims, right? Okay, I think I know how you can do this. So, state can be hang on. Hyperthermia, magnetic nanoparticle optimizations. Yup, that sounds like it would be hard to run fast. I will tell you, it is very hard to do RL with slow sims. It is much, 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 much easier when you have fast sims. So I almost don't know what to do with this state thing here because, man. How to simulate fluids like a circuit. I do not know about that. Figuring out how to make sims really fast, though, is useful for a lot of stuff. Hypothermia is good early cancer treatment. Plastic particles. Man, sometimes I wish I had a physics background. Physics is cool. It's so much harder to just be like random indie physics researcher, though. Like random, like AI is one of the only things where random indie researcher is actually a legit thing to do. Ah, that's so unfortunate. I can't even get rid of that bot because freaking Restream chat broke. Now it works. I still can't get rid of it. If you have RL background, well, there's no need to pivot when I'm solving RL. Let me solve this field first, thank you very much. I got my work cut out for me. What is F? Oh, model. Have you thought about the ethics of PufferLib being used in defense sims? I mean, it's just standard dual use, right? There's no specific consideration. That's like pretty, as far as things that have dual use go, it's like pretty far out there. I'm also not inherently opposed to defense work either. It depends what it's on, right? Like from that one vine. Oh wait, by the way, the mug is amazing. It's comically large. I published on X at one point. I was doing this thing. I came up with 1,000 calorie recipe where you could make a mug this size of hot chocolate that had 1,000 calories and 70 grams of protein. But for now, it's just tea. Okay, so I just have to add to this the LSTM wrapper stuff. Probably should have thought about that, huh? I mean, I can probably just copy. We'll clean it up if this ends up getting kept. There's like no way in hell this is gonna be fast, right? I mean, actually, I take that back. So theoretically, right? This could be made to be like decently fast. It's one gradient step. Okay, it's technically possible that this thing could be made decently fast-ish. You get the output of this. It's gonna be something like this, right? So any chance you can post the rest? See, everyone's like, oh, that's so stupid. Actually, can I get the recipe for that? Yeah, sure, I got you. I will say it was not the best on my stomach, but I have a very sensitive stomach. And it wasn't even that bad. I actually might even start doing that again. The main reason I'm not at the moment is one, it's a lot of heavy cream, and two, I'm just not training hard enough right now where it's not going to just make me fat. I've been just doing a lot of work lately. You really kind of need to be like going to the gym and doing a hard hour-and-a-half workout for it to make sense to be having this thing. Let me find it. Where's the search button on there's supposed to be a search button here, isn't there? There is one on the mobile app. Like, because this just searches everyone's crap. What the heck is it? Go find 1,000 mug. Wait. Does this thing actually summarize? Oh no, this was just some random post I made. Yeah, I can't find it either. Where the hell is it? Hang on, maybe I can get it on my phone. Let me find it. I swear the UI is different. Like, there's a... Yeah, so when I click the search on my profile here, it gives you a different search. It lets me search my posts. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it on the Discord. You can get it there. Here we go. Discord.gg/puffer. Where did it go? And we get back to code. I don't know why my Discord is not opening. Oh, because I'm dumb. There you go. It's a whole thread. You scroll down to the bottom of it. Scroll down to the bottom of it. Like I made like several versions of it. I was actually like seriously doing that for a while. It was pretty funny. It did work. I will tell you, it did work. It's like the only thing I've ever come up with to consistently put weight on without stuffing myself. Bananas, oats, walnuts. I tried stuff like that and it wasn't calorie dense enough, right? Because like I'd make a 1,200 calorie shake or whatever, and then I would skip the next meal because I wouldn't be hungry enough. So this is like I could literally have this thing and then be hungry in an hour and a half. So I specifically made this recipe for people who it's like you have trouble putting on weight because you don't have the appetite. I actually should totally start doing that again. I'm like 6 pounds underweight right now. I'm trying to get back up to 190, but I will have to actually start like lifting way more seriously again. Otherwise, it just goes on as fat. Very soon, very, very soon, we get to start that arc. But for now, we got to make sure we get the puffer update shipped. This next update is going to be amazing, but it's a heck of a lot of work. The only warning I will give you on that shake is, I don't know, I still could not find a verdict of whether having a huge amount of heavy cream is terrible for you or not. Like, compared to other calorie sources, I couldn't tell. So, you can go figure that out for yourself. It was, of all the things I could have used, though, as the main calorie source, it was the best thing that I found for you. You're not going to make, like, it's not like you're going to just drink a bottle of olive oil, right? Alright, enough on that. Keto, that felt really different. I've never really bought into that stuff, honestly. I don't know how the hell keto, like, do any elite athletes do keto? I don't think so, right? Carbs are just a really good fuel source. CT. I don't know what that is. Caffeine synergy. To be fair, I'm not like I'm usually doing my cardio fasted these days, just like out of convenience more than anything. Coconut oil? Yeah, I didn't try coconut oil. It's you do kind of need something if you're doing like 1,000 calorie version, you need something that you can actually put into a beverage. Um, I don't think you would want to just drink like 500 calories of coconut oil. I think that that would probably wreak havoc way more than the heavy cream. But yeah, I don't know. I was in the hospital for pneumonia at the start of the year. I lost like 18 pounds. It was really bad, and I couldn't train for like 2 months. So I'm trying to get my body weight back up. Um, I developed that mug before that from when I was trying to get from like 175 up to 190 pounds, and I did. It worked. Um, but I haven't been training hard enough to need it again yet. But I think I will probably do some revisions on it the next time I try to really get seriously back to that level. But I can't do that while I'm working the hours that I'm working at the moment, right? Like I can't go do a 2 hour workout and then immediately be back on it. It's going to take me like another hour and a half to recover. So it ends up being like 4 hours out of my day. So I'm kind of just doing like I'm going for like a pretty decently good run a few times a week. I'm doing some intervals. I'm getting my VO2 max back. I'm doing a 10K on the weekend, and then I'm doing like a few lifting sessions, mostly compounds throughout the week. Takes 2 weeks for your body to get back on it. Back on what? On like heavy exercise routine? No, no, because even when I was adapted, it was a part-time job. It was literally a part-time job. I mean, it saved my life. Like I would have been dead to pneumonia, so it was absolutely worth it. But it's literally a part-time job. I was doing like depending on the this like cycle, I was doing anywhere from like 25 to 45 miles a week, and then I was doing on top of that like probably 8 hours of mostly 8 hours, maybe more like 6 hours worth of probably 8 hours of like hard, mostly heavy compound lifts, powerlifting style training. So it was literally a part time job because it's not you can't just time all the exercise together, right? You also have to time like the recovery. Like you just move slower for the next hour and a half after you finish like a hard workout. I am looking forward to getting back into that, but that will be the goal is to ship to ship the next update first, and then I get to take a little bit of a taper back, you know, get myself some fitness, get my head clear, and then think about what to do next with Puffer. Don't do much cardio, try to do 6 days. Push pull leg twice, end of the day. So the thing that made it click for me with the cardio, um, well, I didn't run at all. So I hit my 4 plate deadlift for the first time 2 3 years ago, and I realized I could not run a mile. And it only takes 6 months to train for a marathon at most. So it's like, okay, I've trained to the point where I know it takes like the average person who's not like genetically gifted as an athlete, it takes like 2 or 3 years to hit a 4 plate deadlift if you're like under 200 pounds. It only takes 6 months to train for a marathon. You should probably just put in the investment and like get your health to where it needs to be. So I did 2 marathons. I did a 50K. I have the article on the 50K training for that and stuff on X. That was hard. It was kind of like a big personal accomplishment for me over the summer. And then I started doing, trying to get my 5K time back better because that's like way easier to train for. It's like way less time to train for a good 5K. You still feel really good. It's like you're not going to be super out of breath during your longer sets lifting. And then I got pneumonia. So I try to keep the stuff I talk about on the stream and on X almost all about just AI because that's what I do like almost all of my time. But when I'm not doing AI, it's usually fitness stuff because it's really, really worth it. And I do try to get people around here to make sure that they're staying in shape Because, you spend 12 hours a day at your desk, and you better be keeping in shape. And it was 10 hours and 40 minutes streamed on Saturday. It was literally like, get up, stream, breakfast, stream, dinner, stream, bed. I will say that when I do resume that mug, though, I am going to look a little bit more seriously into um, heavy cream versus other fat sources for that, because I don't know if that's really bad for you long term or not. It's better than a lot of the other stuff, but might be able to do better still. Probably could be half cream, half coconut oil or something like that. That would also work and be less terrible, maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's actually do a little bit of dev here. Let's actually do a little bit of dev here. Um, I'm like thinking about this thing, and I'm a little sketched out with the way that this is supposed to work. It seems like it's. I know what I'm going to do though. I'm going to implement it. I'm going to get it to work in Puffer. If it gives us good, like, sample efficiency performance, I will think about how fast I could theoretically make this thing, and then we'll do the trade-offs for it. If the slow implementation done correctly isn't much better than what we have now, which is also faster, then it's going to be a no. It does have the potential, though, to be a substantially better, I would say. And it doesn't have the it kind of has like a constant. It has a constant cost to it. This is not like quadratic attention or anything. But the fact that they say this is comparable to attention-based mechanisms is weird to me, because it doesn't seem like it should be able to be. You put this in the wrong spot, dummy. This goes here. This gets there. And this. Yeah, like this. Probably messed this up as well, didn't you? Yeah, self-policy. T equals, that's all I wanted to do. Now I will be able to get this thing from config. We just use breakout as our test here, right? That's the play. So we just put TTT so that we don't have to deal with crazy state shenanigans. I'm going to make this one process. This should still absolutely train if we do this right. This is not going to run at all, but we will, you know, load train. When we get to there. Oh, I guess you don't even need, hang on. Yeah, you can actually be a little bit different with this. So this has got to be forward train. Forward. For forward, you can kind of just take this piece, can't you? The only thing I don't know here is how I'm going to get this state. I mean, I can kind of just special case this initially, right? Like, if I just do this, we'll just do like initial, or is it state? We'll do like this. Like that. Let's just do like thing is this needs to be continually updated, right? So we can just do I think if we just call it TTT state, that'll be fine. State.ttt state. And then this has observations, so I believe you just call encode. Yeah, you literally just call encode, right? Like this. This gives you hidden. And then you call decode. This should be easy enough to get working. like this. Cannot be multiplied. Is the multiplication backwards? Wait. Or does it just need a transpose? The multiplication seems backwards to me. Maybe this is, they did it for batch size 1. I think they probably did it for batch size 1, right? Because it doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I'm using this stupid @ symbol notation either. I really don't like it. Two devices. Okay. So, okay. Is there a torch.withgrad or something? Can you just do with torch.enablegrad? You probably can do torch.with torch.enablegrad. Let me see what of this needs to be fiddled with. So the task loss depends on K, V. You're supposed to backpropagate through grad function with respect to the first arg, which is model. So are they only backpropagating this linear layer? Is that the idea? I think that's what this is saying, that you're only backpropagating the linear layer. That would make sense, right? I think that's the point of this. So can I just do like with torch.enablegrad? Like, can I just do this? Because then the only thing that's getting backpropped is the linear layer, right? That should be the only thing that has gradients. That does give you valid output, right? That kind of just runs. All right, I mean, we're happy with that. That does, like, that is valid code, technically. And then we just have to figure this out for training. We also have to get the instantiation correct. Not really. This will update in place, right? Yeah, this will update in place, so we don't even have to touch this. Okay. You know, I'm sort of warming up to this. This is not terrible. Like, I've seen far, far worse stuff than this. So let's just say we take this piece of code, we replace this here. Like that, maybe. And now all this needs is state.ttt state. That's all this needs, right? And you just call init state, probably per sequence, right? So you probably do this like, well, this is already a sequence model, so like you can do this here. Hang on, there's a bunch of messy code from me yesterday. Probably like right here, right? Because it has to get reset every sequence. And then this is, and then this gets forward trained on like this. Okay, and then this works except that you're missing a for loop now, right? So the only place that I expect this to get is right here. No attribute TTT state and forward train, huh? Oh, wait. Yeah, because you already did this. Yeah. So I think the only place you need the for loop is on this model, right? Uh, what? How's this one time step? Please explain. Okay, let me go figure that out. All right. Oh, alright, here. TTT wrapper. There we go. Yeah, so the thing that's going to kill the perf here is that we need to write a for loop. Blech. So don't we just have TT? So yeah, we don't use any of this. This is just for... Oh, wait, but then we want... Let me look at the freaking code again. No, it is the way that this is written. You do want this inside the loop as well. So this is now model of train view. Oh, but now this is really awkward, isn't it? Because you need like a stop grad or something. Does PyTorch have stop grad? Is it just detach? Detach doesn't do in place, right? New tensor. Detached, okay. Will never require... So this could just be dot detach here, right? Train view dot detach. And it's train view of T specifically dot detach. And then this is model output with test view. This is like detach test T, something like that maybe. And then you zero grad step, whatever. I did something wrong here. Train view, this is supposed to be label view. Yeah, this is label view. I messed it up. I must have messed it up top then, right? So this is... All right, so now we have test view. Or actually, it should just be this. Not append 8, something like this, I think. Okay, and then you just do hidden equals torch.stack hidden. No weird model. No weird model. It does run. Oh. Is that how it works? Yes, it is. Trying to backward through a graph a second time. Really? Can you not, like, detach it here? Does it have to be something else? I thought, like, surely model output should require a gradient, right? Yeah, this requires a gradient. Yeah, that works. Okay, so, oh, you moron. Yeah, moron. Alright. Yeah, now we just get some reshape bugs. Dot shape. Yeah, I don't know about that one here. I don't know about that shape. That seems a little wrong. That still seems a little wrong. This is... It's still wrong. Oh no, is it? I think that it is correct now, right? Yeah, no, I think this is correct. It just so happens that both dims are 128. I thought it was like some weird matrix bug. time batch samples. One of these, what does it say? Has been modified by an in-place operation. Torch.autograd. I mean, it's saying that it's like one of these, right? This gets train view. Hatched train. So this can just be hatched train of H. That's probably faster as well. You zero the gradient here. Steps. Test view. Hidden of T at Q. And then it's linear. Is this is correct, right? And we append this. I don't do any in-place ops. Unless I'm leaking a variable here somehow. But you don't use model output, right? Hidden of T at Q. Oh, well, the model's going to change, right? Oh, that's really bad. Hang on. How are you supposed to backpropagate through the model now? Like, this thing here gets changed in place. That's the issue. Are you just screwed? I think the way this thing is written, you're just screwed. You can't backprop this forward pass, right? Can you clone a model? Can I do something like this? Okay, like this technically runs. Hang on, before I run like this and track it, let me just make sure I'm not being stupid. Let me just make sure I'm not being stupid here. The first of these is none. Yeah, I'm concerned that this is breaking our linear layer. Oh no, that is getting trained. The weight is different. Yes, we can run it. The way did this make sense? I think it does, right? We'll see if it trains and just trains slowly or whatever. But I think that this should make sense. This thing doesn't have any nonlinearities in it at all, right? Yeah, it's weird. Any nonlinearities at all. The thing that's weird to me about this model, right, is this predict here. The way that this thing is written, this model changes, right? The whole point of this is that the model updates every step. Yeah, that's really wonky. So this guy seems to think that you can parallelize this over time. Okay, I'm gonna have to like chat through this one because this doesn't make sense to me. This is going up. It is just going up incredibly slowly, it seems. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to set this to run for like way longer, I guess. I'm gonna give it a relu as well. We give it 2 relus, maybe? I think it has a gelu already, doesn't it? I think it, yeah, it does have a gelu there. Okay, so we're gonna give it an extra gelu on the decoder, I guess. Just give it an extra gelu on the decoder. Let me make sure I do that right. Just gotta make sure I do the same thing over here. This thing 800 million steps, because why not? And then we will see what that does. Let me make sure it runs. And then the plan here, I'm going to get breakfast, I'm going to get some exercise, I'm going to do a few things. I guess I don't have. This is just going to be self. I guess they don't have it for everything. Whatever. Yeah, okay. Should do something. Oh, this model is tiny now. It's 64K per amps. Do we have to scale it? You kind of can't. Okay. Well, we'll leave it alone for now, and we'll see what this does. I'm going to get some breakfast. I'm going to get some exercise. Then I will be back in the probably early afternoon. A couple hours, 2-3 hours. And then I will be doing maybe more on this. I've got a few other things to work on. We've got vtrace to finish. We've got Diane to work on. We've got infrastructure to do. We've got a lot of things to do today. So thanks for tuning into the morning session. All my stuff's at puffer.ai. This is all open source. If you'd like to help me out for free, just start the repo. If you want to get involved with development, join the Discord. And you can find more RL content from me on X as well, puffer.ai. So thanks, and I'll be